Alright, we've won the die roll, so we'll definitely go first. Being on the play of this deck is much better. I think it is with most. So what have we got here? We've got a turn 1 Vassal, turn 2 Servant, turn 3 Chandra. It's a keep if I've ever seen one. Play the Vassal. Provided we hit an untapped land. I could have played the Evolving Wilds to start to guarantee that turn 3 Chandra, but I really just want to get my Delirium Engine online. Also, Vassal could find us a turn 4 Marvel, which pretty strong. So I think if we're going to play it through as it is, if we don't get there on the untapped source for Chandra, then we'll just simply crack this and try to go for a actual turn 4 Marvel. At this stage, we don't look like we have we haven't got many energy generators, haven't got really many enablers for Marvel, but it's always good just to get it down, especially if you're playing against blue black. All right, so we got there on an energy source. Now I'm going to play the 8th hub first, not the mountain. We play game trails. Remember, we want to keep a basic in our hand if we can. Alright, let's pass the turn. So yeah, you do want to hold a basic, just one forest or one mountain. If you're looking to prioritize, you need okay, Dustwatch Recruiter. So I think we're going to get more of an Omendale style deck. In which case, this Chandra should do just fine. So we'll go red source, red. Colors. They don't play as much removal as the original green-black, so Chandra shouldn't be a problem. Now, do we minus hit or do we harness lightning? I actually like harness. I'm not sure exactly what this list plays. I think we'll just harness lightning. We can always Chandra minus on something bigger. What's this? Nets us an energy. Replaces the energy that we spent on Servant. Okay, we draw an Emrakul. Not a dead drawer by any means. If this is a good crack on Nascency, we could be seeing Emrakul coming down in probably 2 or 3 turns. Solemn Visitor. Okay, our opponent is playing a Brew. So we got there on the mountain. I think I want to play the Evolving. We're going to start with Vassal of Nascency though. Let's start with that. Let's crack that to start. So we take another Vassal, which I don't hate. Take another Servant, which I don't hate either. I'm going to take another Vassal because I want to keep digging. Keep digging for that Marvel. Now we're going to play this Evolving Wilds. We'll just crack it for another green source. I like doing this in my turn. There's not really Magic Online, it's just about not wasting time. I think I do want to just kill this thing and then I can play the Vassal without threat of Chandra getting hit. Yeah, let's just keep the opponent's board clear. Vassal goes down. Gonna keep pushing towards Emrakul. Got 5 card types in the bin. Vassal does a lot of work in this deck. Okay, so I didn't account for the Hissing Quagmire. Takes my opponent's whole turn and takes us up to 6 card types. So that was probably poor play by myself. All just to get another Vassal down. Not really worth it. Alright. Start by cracking this Vassal. Dig, 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 dig. Woodweaver's Puzzle Knot is a nice one. But I think I just want another Servant here, because we're trying to jam an Emrakul, so the extra mana acceleration is wanted. Play a Servant out. Play the Mountain. Combat. Attack. And pass the turn. So I'm still trying to get faster at Magic Online while I learn to commentate, while I play. It's not unusual for me to sometimes tank a bit and stop talking. In fact, I've got a lot of respect for guys that do this, because I don't know how you all keep thinking of things to talk about. Not super happy with this draw. Got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a turn 6 Emrakul. So, turn 6, even with that misplay from Chandra, if I hadn't have misplayed that, if I just waited on the Vassal and instead probably just defended with a Servant, I could have probably accelerated faster with Chandra, maybe possibly done turn 5 Emrakul. But I think just we had some good cracks. Okay, so our opponent is not keen on playing against Emrakul. He's going to concede against the powerful Eldrazi. How are we going to sideboard this matchup? So, green black's usually simplistic to sideboard against, but this deck is something different. So, what do I like here? I like the extra copy of Harness Lightning. I like the Chandra Flamecaller. I like staying all in on the combo. Kozilek's turn seems fine if they're going to go wide with tokens. You know what? Grapple with the Past is mostly for grinding, so I'm going to take that out. I'm going to bring a Harness Lightning, the 4th Harness Lightning in. I'm going to bring a Chandra Flamecaller in as another sweeper. I'm going to shave 2 Woodweaver's Puzzle Knots. What do I? So I want to bring some trackers in. I want some number of trackers. I'm just thinking, at the moment I've got 2 for this shave here. I'm wondering at these Tormenting Voices how much I want them. I'll trim with an Attune, put a 3rd tracker in, and we'll make another trim somewhere else. Maybe 3 trackers is fine. No, I want a full playset of trackers. I didn't see a lot of removal from my opponent. I don't think he's going to bring a lot of removal in against what looks like just a big Delirium deck. The cool thing is he didn't see Aetherworks Marvel, so I'm definitely keen on that. We're just going to trim... We'll go down to 1 Tormenting Voice. Actually, no, we'll just trim it. We'll trim 1 Emrakul. Yeah, 1 Emrakul's fine. Especially on the draw. On the draw, we just want to get more action. So submit that deck. Task Tracker is good, obviously, when your opponents haven't got a lot of removal. I could foresee our opponent bringing in... Ooh, okay. So I talked about 1 landers you can keep in this deck, in the deck tech, not if it's a mountain, and not if it has no enablers. So we're going to mulligan this hand. This hand is much more keepable if we hit a land. So I'm going to keep it. I'm going to bottom this because we really need to find that second land in the next 2 or 3 draw steps. Ishkanar is obviously going to be great in this matchup. Okay, so didn't get there on the land. thinking about this vassal. If we blow the energy on this vassal, we may never be able to crack it anyway. And if we hit another green, I'm more inclined to want to play this. But if we hit a red source, I really want to play this. So I'm actually going to wait on the vassal. This is turned into a very awkward hand. Probably too greedy of a keep for me. Probably should have mulliganed to a 5-er. But if we hit a land, it's looking good. Dustwatch Recruiter. Okay, so we did hit the land. So we're very happy about that, obviously. Play us Servant. So now we feel a lot more comfortable because we can go next turn. We can go Servant again for more acceleration. We can play Vassal plus Crack It. Would I be willing to trade here? Opponent offers the trade. I'm not going to trade. I value the acceleration a lot more than 2 life. If our opponent does nothing to flip Dustwatch Recruiter, we'll just play the Vassal and... okay. Catacomb Sifter is good. These decks also play Distended Mindbender out of the side. So... I want to play the Vassal. And if I 4, 5, 6, 7, so he can Distended Mindbender us next turn, which I'm not going to be able to deal with if he takes Ishkanar plus a removal spell. So we're going to actually undo that. Tap this for the red. Seems to be colorless. We're going to remove this Catacomb Sifter ASAP. If he's going to Mindbender us, I'd rather he sack the entire board. Okay, so tap land, so he wasn't going to Mindbender us anyway. That noise in the background is my cat. Shush, Jinx. Go on, come watch us try to survive to Ishkanar. Alright. Yep, opponent smacks us again. Really, that is going to be a problem, Jinx. Thinking about going searching for this extra land. I think I have to. I actually don't... I think I'm falling too far behind here to not hit my land drops. So a land plus being able to play another Servant would be ideal here. Yep, that's good. Forest or mountain is the question. Probably a mountain since we have this Chandra Torch Defiance. Five card types in the bin. Ready for Ishkanar. You can play Ishkanar next turn. Provided our opponent doesn't Distended Mindbender us here. I'm happy with Catacomb Sifter. I just want to get this Ishkanar down ASAP. Settle. Right. Hitting land drops is a great start. So we'll go mana. Play this. Pass turn. Now if we can actually get this Chandra down, we can start pseudo drawing cards. I'll go Chandra, make mana, shoot something to start. I wish you guys could see this. He'd be adorable if he wasn't so annoying. Alright, so opponent is playing Cryptolith Rites. Even with the Liliana Plus, Ishkanah's still a good blocker. Okay, we're hitting land drops now. It's definitely a good thing. I'm actually thinking about taking out 2 blockers here and swinging Windows to the wall. So we minus, kill our Catacomb Sifter to start. Actually, let's scratch that. We're just going to tick up and pressure Lily. Yes. And we took a land off the top, which is great. Let's get more creatures out there. So at any stage we could play an Emrakul right now. Any stage. Next turn we're going to remove that Catacomb Sifter. Sorry, I've got a cat. It's alright, we'll get through this game. Stop being distracted by the cat and we'll get through it. Look at this board state though. It's just ludicrous. Opponent's just sinking mana into this Dustwatch Recruiter. Obviously, great thing about this deck, being able just to regas, make immense amounts of mana at the drop of a hat. The Horned Dead is a nice addition. Really, we're looking for card drawdown. So we're going to keep ticking up Chandra, drawing a exiling card each turn, shooting Lily if it's a land, most likely casting it if it's a spell. Interesting. Our opponent chooses to attack. I'll most definitely take that block. I'll most definitely take this. This with this and this, and here. I'm happy to make trades out. The reason being is I haven't really played against this deck, but I assume it plays Omendar. I would imagine it does. So I'm not super interested in just allowing my opponent to build a large board state. I'd like to keep his creatures below 5 so he can't just Westvale Abbey me. Regassing with Dustwatch Recruiter. Our opponent's having a pretty good time of it at the moment. We have no responses at this stage. Need to pass priority quickly. You should see this bloody cat. I'm gonna lock the door next time. I had the door closed, but he jumps on the handle and pushes it open. Another possible route to victory is to start draining our opponent. Well, that's very slow and grindy. I'm not super keen on that. Obviously, the black facilitated by Aether Harbor Savant Conduit. Opponent regassed a lot of times there. What's he going to play? He's got mana up for Haunted Dead. Okay, he just plain has Haunted Dead mana, so we're going to plus the Chandra. What do we get? A Kozilek's Return. Interesting. Do we want to cast this? I don't think we do. I'd love to have one in the bin, but I don't think so. We will redirect to Lily. We're going to Harness Lightning this thing because it's a nightmare if it gets going. Okay, so they are going to activate Crypt Breaker now. Oh, they've got a Madness Trigger as well. Oh, no, they're not activating Crypt Breaker, they're making mana from Cryptolith, right? Okay. Yep. So they're doing some ridiculousness. This is some ridiculousness from our opponent. We haven't really got any good attacks. This is like the green-black deck, West Valaby deck of last season, just gumming the ground up. So, is this going to be a Chandra game? Make an emblem and just push our way to victory that way? Is that something that we can do? I'm just going to block with Ishkanar. I don't want to put that back in the bin. Generally speaking against these decks, you don't want this in the bin. Happy for it to be on the battlefield. The bin, not so much. I smell an Omendal. Our opponent is drawing a lot of extra cards. It's time to start sandbagging a card. Unless it's a Tireless Tracker, and then we're not sandbagging it. Plus up our Chandra. I think I do want to cast this Ishkanar. I am going to cast this Ishkanar. Getting a refresh on the Ishkanar is great for us. Makes another huge board state. Okay, so begin combat, attack, Liliana Last Hope, Soap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 attackers, hey? I'm happy to trade this out with everything except Haunted Dead. Anything else is fine. Hissing Quagmire, fine. A pair of Silent Tokens, fine. I think you just take the hit. No, he's going to give me a Silent Visitor? Unexpected. Yep. That's what Recruiter triggers. He can bring back a Scrap Heap Scrounger as well. Our opponent's deck is doing some great things. This looks good. Is this going to be a thing in Standard again? Possibly. People are going to be looking for ways to beat green-black. I mean, that's what we're doing here today. If the opponent feels the need to suicide into Chandra here, that is exceptional for us. It is a very, very positive turnout. I don't think so though. The way he's playing is saying he has Westphal Abbey and he's just going to slam it and make a Omendal. In which case, I don't think we can win. An indestructible. Okay. Unexpected for our opponent to concede. I thought his spot was actually quite good. He had Scrap Heap Scroungers in the bin. You know, he had ways to get things back with Liliana. It was almost like just wait till you draw Omendal and you're gonna kill me eventually. But you know, I guess he figured that Chandra was just too hard. To be honest, I'm not even sure if ulting Chandra at the end there would have been the right path to victory. I almost would want to have just kept drawing the extra card each turn off her. Keep pressuring Liliana. Anyway, that's why Chandra Torch Defiance is impressive. It breaks serve with other Planeswalkers, stops them from getting out of control. Especially because I've lost matches to Lily emblems. Anyway, round 1 win, 2-0. Let's go on to the next round. Hopefully we get to play against some more green-black. I'd like to play against green-black Delirium. I'd like to play against blue-white Spirits. Maybe something a little bit more rogue, like a Colossi deck or the blue-red Fevered Visions. This deck that the opponent has looks like it's doing some powerful things. Could be some ideas for the future. Anyway, see you in game 2.